Live from Casa Grande Field on the campus of Brian McMahon High School, it's varsity field hockey on the DAF Media Network tonight. It's the semifinals of the Class L state tournament between the Staples Wreckers and the Darien Blue Wave. Hi, everybody. Damian Andrew with you. So glad you could be with us. And alongside me tonight, Kari Johns and Clara Ambrose, as they have been, when these teams have gotten together, and this now is the third time that these two teams have gotten together. It is the rubber match, really, as Staples won the regular season matchup, first game of the season for both of these teams. And then Darien beat Staples to win the FCIAC championship not so long ago, right at this very site, Casa Grande Field, here in Norwalk, Connecticut. So this should be a good one. Two really talented teams. Staples comes in as the 2 seed in Class L. Darien, the 6 seed in Class L. The number 1 seed is also playing tonight, Cheshire. They are playing Newtown, so the winner of that game gets the winner of this game. As we take a look at the Darien Blue Wave huddle right there, Darien in the black with the blue socks, Staples in the home whites. It is a cold night. So weather, chilly, breezy. As I was setting up for this live stream, had to get the gloves out, but it's great to have both Clara and Kari with us tonight for this one, as we are just about ready to get underway in what should be a very exciting and entertaining high school field hockey game. A lot at stake. These two teams met in the Class L finals the past 2 seasons. They will not this year because they are meeting in the semifinals. The winner of tonight's matchup advances to the state championship on Saturday in Wethersfield, Connecticut. And we are underway here at Casa Grande Field on the campus of Brian McMahon High School. Darien in the black, as I mentioned, with the blue socks moving from right to left, and Staples in the home whites with the navy blue trim moving from left to right. Couple of quick whistles, and it'll be Darien possession here at the 30-yard line.
It's an exciting match for both teams. As you just mentioned, Damian, just last week they both competed in the finals for FCIACs, which, as you mentioned, Darien came away with the win and Staples had won the regulation game. Both teams coming a really long way over the season, so you know, it's probably one of the best games you're going to see. Clara and I were just talking, it's actually more like a state final right now. You know, two very talented teams, as you know, two very talented, you know, very well coached players playing off-season in club. A lot of speed on both sides, a lot of skill, a lot of talent, and just looking for a really good match today.
And some future college field hockey players on the field this evening as well here. You mentioned the head coaches. Darien is coached by the longtime head coach, Mo Minikis, who has done just an unbelievable job with the program through the years. And Staples is coached by Ian Tapsell, who has done an equally fine job with his program since inheriting the program a few years ago. And Staples and Darien have a very healthy rivalry, and you just mentioned, Kari, that it feels like a state finals. Well, these two met in the state finals the past 2 seasons, so it certainly does. Yeah,
what Coach Tapsell's been able to do in just the past few years with this program is unbelievable. I mean, they've grown so much. The youth program, which Clara actually heads up, is also very successful. And the feeder programs are what really makes you know, makes these teams. It was a great stop by Brinsley Rush. You saw Izzy Devaney. Oh, maybe that wasn't Izzy. Send the ball in, and Brinsley Rush with very good defensive job. It looks like Laney with the ball, and you know, very good ball handler, probably the best ball handler you're going to see on the Wreckers team. Just amazing talent, quick, only a sophomore. Really good skill set, though.
Yeah, I think on both teams you have some very, very good ball handlers, I think, right there while you were talking. Bridget Mahoney had the ball as well. She just, just dribbled around people as well. Just look at the speed here in passing.
Yeah, Staples just had an opportunity to take a hit, and they took it right away, which is what we're going to expect both teams to do inside their offensive 25. Darien defense did a very good job allowing her to travel the required 5 yards before anyone played, so there was no call on that, so it was a great job on the defense. Aerial ball there. Nice little pullback on Kyle. Kyle Kirby sends a ball in the center of the field, and there's Monisha Okula with a fantastic diving save. Darien defense clearing this ball. Trying, but recovered by Staples inside, sending a nice lifted ball. We talked about the, the ball just having these little lifts and little bumps, and that can make or break the game. So it's nice to see Staples doing a good job, just little lift over the stick.
You mentioned Monisha Okula, the starting goalie for Darien, a junior. Big spot for her.
Yeah, fantastic save. She just made a nice diving save.
And we're actually going to take a look at that save by Okula here.
It's a great ball by Katie Elders all the way through. It's a smart decision on Staples, just turn that ball over. Notice that they didn't really have an opportunity to send that ball down, so turning the ball over rather than turning it in the middle of the field was a really smart decision. Here's Emily Schwartzman taking a side in on the left side. Broken up, but finds a foot, so Emily Schwartzman starting that ball again, sends a nice ball into Bridget Mahoney, who's able to stop and trap it. She's being played very well. You can see the Staples players swarming around her. There's a few ball handlers that, again, we mentioned that you'll see probably will be pretty tightly marked. There's Shea Vanderbrook, nice little pass through the legs, and then right back at her between the legs again.
Shea Vandenbroek has had quite a postseason for Darien, had a hat trick in the FCIAC semifinals.
Nice little give and go there, and Lainey Ambrose sending the ball down. Here's Monisha Okula again with a beautiful clear. She really found a great space to send that ball into.
Staples again with the ball, coming down the right side.
Lainey did a good job sending that ball in, but Lily Kulitz right there to stop and sends it again out.
Since this is the the third time they're playing this season, I think we may see some changes in how they're all playing, because everyone is this little chess match again.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very familiar with each other, and a lot of these girls play club together off season as well. So, they know each other well. Camaraderie off the field after this match, I'm sure. Right now, obviously, both teams want to win. No one wants their season to end today. They've all worked so hard. Umpire just signaling for Darien to take the ball. Darien's going to be tacking down the right side of their field. Looks like Katie Elder is starting with the ball here. Staples doing a great job keeping in their offensive 50 for the first few minutes of the game. Darien had one breakaway, but Staples doing a really good job maintaining possession of the ball. Just a little breakthrough ball. It's a good step up by Brinsley Rush. And Lainey carrying down the right side really effectively. Really good work there. Again, good ball handling by Lainey Ambrose.
Freshman Jess Leon with the ball there and sending it in. Let's see if we can get a stick on it.
Ball's in front of the cage, and it's cleared out, and we're going to have a penalty corner here for Staples, the first of the game for either team. The last time these two teams met in the FCIAC championship, Staples scored first on a Kyle Kirby penalty stroke.
Can't see the inserter. Is that
Hannah Popropna?
Okay, Hannah inserting. Sending the ball over to Izzy Devney. Now that's an aerial ball, so that was a great baller save. That was a fantastic save. That was an aerial ball, so it was actually into traffic. Should be subject to the rules of an aerial ball, which there can't be any player 5 yards around. So it looks like the ball might be going to Izzy Devney again, who had the great aerial lift again, and trying it again. And another great save. Rebounded, and that's a goal.
So Staples strikes first in this state semifinal matchup, as we're going to take another look here from behind the goal. Let's take another look again. The ball's lifted.
I believe that's Kyle Kirby who gets her stick on the rebound and then just sends in a little reverse flick.
Yep, and it is Kirby who is credited with the goal. So Kyle Kirby, she scored first the last time these two teams met. She scores first again.
Number 2, Kyle Kirby.
Both teams really fighting very hard for that ball. Good ball coming up.
Clara, you'd like to say that that's a good start for Staples, scoring first. That was not the case last time. They scored first, and then Darien came back to win. But
yeah, I think it's always
certainly a good start to the game for the Wreckers.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's great to have that momentum to score first.
I want to thank everybody for watching us on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Clara Ambrose, and Kari Johns. And here's Akula as she clears that. Ball's in front. And nearly another goal for the Wreckers.
Another Staples corner here.
And it'll be a penalty corner for Staples. So it's 1-0 Staples here with just about 9 minutes into this one. And it will be Hannah Popratna inserting again for Staples.
That one just a little wide of the cage, so the ball's coming out on the 16. So the ref, when you take a 16-yard hit coming back out, it needs to be in line with where the ball went out over the end line. So she's just motioning for her to move the ball over towards the center of the field.
Ball's on the far side of the field and out of bounds. It'll be Staples' possession here. Maisie Dembski.
Another Staples corner here.
So another Staples penalty corner here. Popratna, the inserter here for the Wreckers once again. The lift and over the cage. It'll be Darien ball here at around the 15. And a steal by Staples. Here comes the Wreckers. So Coach Tapsell, Clara, has to be pleased with his offense here early in this one as they continue to attack the Darien defense.
Yes, I think that they're just being very aggressive to the ball and trying to win any of those 50-50 balls inside the circle.
Another takeaway by Darien. This is Vandenbroek on the near sideline here. Up ahead to Mahoney.
I think the ref is just motioning that hit one of the Darien players' feet. So the ball's coming the other way.
So it'll be Staples' possession on the near side of the field here.
It's an end ball here.
And this will be Darien possession here.
Miss Lily Kules taking the ball at the 16 for Darien. I believe that's Emily Schwartzman just sending the ball out the side Just trying to clear that ball, give them a little bit of time.
Nice cross in front for Staples.
Okay, ball coming out.
These two teams, this is their third time facing each other this season, second time in the postseason. They met in the FCIAC championship, and they met in the very first game of the year. Here comes Staples again. Akula with the stop.
Another Staples corner. I think the ref may have been holding her whistle.
Papratna, nice view there from our goal cam.
Just misses it.
And it's cleared by Darien. Here's Vandenbroek on the run near side. That'll go to Staples here on the restart. Grace Cooper.
Yeah, she's bringing it in from the sideline because actually it was a foul as opposed to the ball going out.
Ball down in the corner. It's tracked down.
Okay, Izzy Devney with the ball there. And just goes off Darien's stick, so that will be a long hit up at the 25.
Devney, just a sophomore, number of underclassmen on the field tonight for both teams. Speaks to the quality of both programs.
Okay, just sending the ball back for let's see.
So it's 1-0 here, Staples, and the last two times these teams have gotten together in the state finals, Clara, total of 1 goal scored.
Yeah, the differentials have been just 1 goal, I think, in the last 3 games that they've played.
Yep. And they played 2 years ago in the state finals. They were co-champs. They, after 2 overtimes, no score, 0-0 tie. And then last year, Staples won 1-0 in the Class L state finals. Lily Kulas.
I believe that was Molly Hellman. She just sends the ball back, and Katie Elders with the ball.
The majority of the first half of this game has been played in the Darien defensive side of the field. This will go back to Staples. Ambrose.
Just gets tripped up a little bit. So ball of Darien ball.
Here comes Darien across midfield. Hellman with the ball. Whistle, it'll stay with the blue wave. Talia Garcia. We are more than halfway through the first half of this one. 1-0 Staples on a Kyle Kirby goal.
Another through ball there, and stopped by Lily Kulas.
While we have a moment, I want to thank the entire Brian McMahon Athletic Department, especially Athletic Director Joe Manafari, for his hospitality tonight as we set up shop here again. Seems like we've been here a lot the last couple of weeks, and here's Malloy as she kicks it away.
Nice clear there by the Staples goalkeeper. And, you know, Darien just came down really quickly with that ball. They're so dangerous when they come down on their offensive end.
Malloy again with a stop. And possession back to Staples. Again, Staples in the white, moving from left to right on your screen. Darien in the black with the blue, royal blue socks, moving from right to left. 1-0 Wreckers here. Just about 12:30 remaining in the first half. Ball scoots across midfield, out of bounds.
Looks like we have 2 new attack players on Staples. Nice defensive move there.
And
Staples ball. Yeah, just
Schwartzman loses it out of bounds.
oh, great hit down the line. I think it's going to go all the way off the end line.
Want to give a shout out while we have a moment here to our DAF media production crew doing great work on a cold, chilly night here in Norwalk, Connecticut for the state semifinals. Our director is Trey Cahill. Michael DeMeglio is our instant replay coordinator tonight. Camera 1 is Ryan Clow. And our ISO camera 2, is Owen Sheed and Ryan Smith. So we've got a crew of 5, all student volunteers, and they do a terrific job bringing you all the visuals of this one.
Almost saved there. You see again, we've got some man-to-man marking going on pretty early this game. I think Darien did that in the game in the FCIAC final after they went up 2-1.
You know, I want to ask you, Clara, both of these teams we were talking about at the outset know each other so well. How do you prepare for a game like this, big stage, trip to the finals on the line, and it's the 3rd time you've seen each other this year?
Yeah, I think you have to, I mean, there's 2 things. I think one, you have to really still play your game as opposed to just react to what the other team is doing, but also you watch film, you try to guess what you think they're going to do and try to adjust to that. But you really need to, I think, play your game, play to your own strengths. Nice cross ball. Cleared out by Darien.
Just a reminder, fans, the concession stand is open tonight. Visit the high school field hockey concession stand for Brian McMahon
He's just landing with the ball. Trying to get by, I believe, Katie Elders.
And that ball rolls across the end line. But it stays with Staples here. Here's Fair at around the 25. Ellie Fair heading to Trinity College in Hartford, where she will play both field hockey and lacrosse. We spoke about her the last time we did a live stream between these 2 teams. Just speaks to her athletic ability and talent, playing 2 sports in college. I don't care what level it is. That is impressive.
Yeah, at Staples, she's actually a 3-sport varsity athlete. So she plays basketball in the winter as well.
Yep. Damian Andrew, Clara Ambrose, and we were joined and will be joined again by Kari Johns. Live from Casa Grande Field here in Norwalk, Connecticut, the semifinals of the Class L state tournament in field hockey. Winner meets either Cheshire or Newtown Saturday in Wethersfield, and that will be a time to be announced. And the Darien defense able to clear this. Brinsley Rush. And here's Mahoney, number 13. Got a whistle.
Yeah.
And we'll have a penalty corner. No, we will not.
Yeah, you saw Bridget just trying to use some of those 3D skills we were talking about, especially on turf like this, which is a little bit higher. So you really have to be lifting the ball just a little bit.
Yet the game's tied at 1.
Darien just moving the ball out to the right side and then trying to get the stick on it. Just goes just wide of the net on the right side, so it's a 16-yard hit coming out.
We have a timeout on the field. In the other semifinal up at Waterford tonight, Newtown is tied with Cheshire. 1-1, 12 minutes left, first half.
We will take a quick timeout here. There is a timeout on the field. Staples leads Darien 1-0 in the state semifinals, Class L field hockey. We'll be right back. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Semifinals of the Class L state tournament in field hockey. Darien and Staples, one of the really great rivalries in recent years here in not only southwestern Connecticut, but the entire state. And they're meeting again here with a trip to the state championship on the line.
Freshman Jess Leon with the ball, just trying to send a ball through. Just gets intercepted by Emily Schwartzman from Darien.
Here's Schwartzman up ahead, and it rolls down into the near corner here. Here's Hellman. So quick for Darien, and it's cleared out by Staples. This will be Darien ball here, about the 25-yard line on the far side of the field here at Casa Grande Field. Great facility on the Brian McMahon High School campus.
And you notice it really makes a difference whether or not that ball is either on the 25 or inside or just outside. If it's on the 25 or inside, it has to travel 5 yards before it can go in. So that was an important move of the ball.
There's Elders. Katie Elders as Darien looks to attack here on offense.
Cleared out by Staples, up, just catches back foot.
Clara, there's a lot of game left, but Staples has played really well to this point, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think both teams are. I think in the first, probably first half of the first half, you really saw Staples coming out,
Yep.
a lot of energy. Both teams have a lot of energy. I think it's going to be coming down to, who can maintain that that level for the entire game, because it can just be, quick minute, 30 seconds before you can get a goal scored. So.
And this will be now Darien's first penalty corner of the game.
You see here, Darien has almost their entire team inside the 50.
There's Mahoney, fair, and it'll be another penalty corner for the Blue Wave. Lily Kulas, the inserter, the senior. Nine seniors on this Darien squad. Here's Vandenbroek.
Good ball coming out.
And
they're going to try and take advantage of that and take it quick.
Despite the weather, a good crowd here at Brian McMahon High School for this one. Garcia.
Just outside. Sometimes that's a little tough to gauge where that ball is, where the sideline is. I think she was thinking it was a different line.
Nice lift by Devaney. Darien gets it back, and it goes out of bounds off of Devaney. Here's Schwartzman.
Grace Cooper with the ball there, clear.
Little back and forth here between these two.
Takes it right away. Good pass. Okay, cleared by Darien. I believe that was, I'm not sure if it was Tala or Katie Elders. Okay, ball coming in.
So we are now under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. So the first 30 minutes nearly in the books here. 1-0 Staples on an early goal by Kyle Kirby.
Molly Hellman to Bridget Mahoney in the center there.
Here's Mahoney.
Just cleared by Staples. A nice little reverse shot there by Bridget.
By Mahoney. Little flick. Here's Vandenbroek on the near side of the field, and it's taken away by Staples. Elders has it, brings it across midfield.
Stopped by Jess Leon, but good pressure by, I believe, Ella Bloomingdale. Channeled her right into another Staples player, and that goes out to Molly Hellman.
And that ball's going to roll out of bounds on the near side of the field. Darien and Staples, two of the real heavyweights in field hockey in the Nutmeg State. The first half coming to a close here. We're under 30 seconds remaining.
Again, it's Hannah Proprotna with the ball. Now Ellie Fair.
And that will do it for the first half of this one. Low scoring, as you would probably expect between these two. Staples with a 1-0 advantage at the half. We will be back with more field hockey. We're going to take a break. We'll be back on the DAF Media Network.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops and 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA, to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back here at Casa Grande Field on the campus of Brian McMahon High School. Darien Staples, the Wreckers, with a 1-0 lead. And the second half is just underway. Damian Andrew alongside Clara Ambrose. So glad you could be with us for this one.
Nice sportsmanship there. I don't think anything was intentional.
Nope. Here's our first stoppage. I'm on it.
Yeah, that ball that Izzy Devney took a centering ball out from the right side, and it just got stuck in the cage, so they're just calling time for that real quick.
Darien in the black uniforms with the royal blue socks. They will be moving from left to right here in the second half. Staples in the home whites will be moving from right to left.
Name? Liam Sweeney. People always do this.
That was a third party, which is sort of like setting a pick in basketball, so that's why I believe they made that call.
And here comes Darien.
Molly Hellman went to Bridget Mahoney. Just missed by Shea Vandenbroek.
Again, we want to give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew, all student volunteers, and they have done just a terrific job tonight on a cold night here in Norwalk, Connecticut. Our director is Trey Cahill. Our instant replay coordinator, who's right now munching on some Cheetos, is Michael DeMeglio. Our camera 1 is Ryan Clow. Camera 2, Ryan Smith, and Owen Sheed. I want to thank them for all of their hard work, bringing you this game tonight, the state semifinals in field hockey Class L. The winner moves on to the championship on Saturday. And here's Darien.
Cleared by Bridget Malloy and cleared out all the way over the 50.
And a nice clear by Laney Ambrose, the sophomore. And we're going to have a penalty corner here for Staples as Hannah Prapratna marches toward the end line. She'll be the inserter for the Wreckers. So a big opportunity here, Clara, for Staples to get something on the board early in the second half. Fair gets off a shot, and
ball coming out.
Ball comes out to Darien. Here's Hellman, and she just couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, I think Darien trying to get it out really quick to try and break the press, the Staples press. You look, both teams actually set up pretty similarly on the press. Though Darien plays with a back 3, and it looks like Staples is playing with a back 4, so it's slightly different. That reverse hit again. Bridget Mahoney took another shot. Just went wide of the cage.
Number of the seniors for both of these teams, Clara, you can tell it means so much to them. This could be the end of their high school careers. Win and move on for one more game, a chance at a state title, lose and go home, and the season is officially over. Here's Elders weaving through traffic, and the whistle.
Yeah, it's so emotional. I think both these schools have such strong athletic traditions across many sports. It's such a great experience for them to experience high school sports, and I think you're right. When they become seniors and it could be their last game, it's just emotional. And I think the underclassmen too, they feel like they don't want to let the seniors down.
No, absolutely. It is an emotional time. This is certainly a big deal. Both of these teams have had a lot of success. And both would like nothing more than to get back to the state finals.
Yeah, it is too bad that they're meeting here in the semis as opposed to the final.
Staples beat Glastonbury in the opening round of this state tournament 3-0, and then held on to beat Norwalk in a very competitive game, Clara, 1-0 in the quarterfinals. And Darien, meanwhile, beat New Canaan 3-2 in what was a very exciting game. That was a rematch from a regular season contest Darien won 6-0, so totally different game the second time around. And then Darien went up to West Hartford and beat Hall 3-0, and that brings us to where we are this evening in the semifinals. Staples' history in the state tournament, relatively recent. They've played in the last 2 Class L state finals, and then prior to that, they played in the 1974 state finals. Simsbury beat them 1-0.
You know more Staples history than I do.
Darien, meanwhile, 13 trips to the finals, 10 state titles. They were co-champs in 2016 and 2014. In 2014, their game against Glastonbury ended in a 1-1 tie after 2 overtimes. And Darien's first title was all the way back in 1981. They defeated Simsbury 1-0. Simsbury and Cheshire, some of those upstate schools that have had really good field hockey programs in the past. Ball in front of the cage here.
Yeah, ref is motioning for a long head. It just went over the end line off a Staples stick. So Tala Garcia has the ball there. She's got 2 players wide and back. Gives some options to open up that field. Staples just intercepts it. That's Jess Leon. Daphne Cutler with the ball there. Okay.
Timeout, Darien. Timeout called by the Wave.
So there is a timeout on the field. Darien head coach Mo Minikis wants to talk things over with her squad. 21:43 remaining in the game. 1-0 Staples as we take a look at that Darien huddle. We will take a quick break, and we will be back with more live field hockey here on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Clara Ambrose. So glad Clara could join us for a 3rd time this season, and so knowledgeable at on field hockey. She plays for Team USA, the Masters Division team, along with Kari Johns, and we are back underway here. So Mo Minikis called a timeout. If you had to be in that huddle, Clara, what do you think was discussed there?
You know, I think she may be telling them to, to settle down and play their game. Which, I would think Ian would be saying the same thing.
Here comes Staples moving from right to left.
Nice little touch.
Jess Leon.
Grace Cooper just sends it out just to give Staples a little bit of time.
Lindsay Olson lifts it into the corner. Here's Elders, takes it off the hop. And Malloy with a nice stop.
I think one thing you may be seeing is the way both teams are pressing, really high press. Both teams are probably going to be using aerials a little bit more, just try to get it over the midfield and the forward line. You saw a few already when they came back from the timeouts.
And that'll be a penalty corner for the Darien Blue Wave. So big opportunity here for Darien to try to get on the scoreboard. Down 1-0, under 20 minutes remaining in the game. On a really cold, breezy night here in southwestern Connecticut. Here's Mahoney up top. Defended well by Staples, but we're going to have another corner here for the Blue Wave. A lot of the players on both teams have their leggings on underneath their uniforms to keep warm. It's a chilly one here in southwestern Connecticut after a morning filled with all kinds of rain. The rain has stayed away, but the cold is definitely here. Here's Mahoney. Vandenbroek. Nearly a goal, and it just skirts to the wide of the near post.
That was a good try on Darien's part. Just missed that deflection over on the right side. You see too, Staples' defense really putting the pressure on those corners. Nice job.
And here comes Staples now. Ball rolls across the 50. Julia DeConza did a nice job tracking that down, Clara.
She's one of those speedy forwards that Staples has, just really athletic, just really runs down all those balls.
Maisie Dembski. There's Popratna. And it's intercepted by Mahoney as she looks to turn it upfield. Here's Elders, shows off that quickness. Gets it to Hellman. Back to Elders, nice shot. And that is a Darien goal, and we are tied at 1.
That was just tough to defend. Good passing combination. They just really trapped it and passed it, and just moved the ball down the field.
We'll take another look here. Hellman, the cross to Elders, and she puts it in the back of the cage. Nice job from Elders on the nice look by Hellman.
Elders, assisted by number 4, Carlin Florio.
And we are tied at 1 here.
I think you're just going to see both teams again, just really battling it out again. Now it's a 0-0 game, basically.
So it's a brand new game here, as we are under 17 minutes left in the second half.
Here comes Kyle Kirby down the right side with the ball. Yeah, that's coming out, but it needs to travel 5 yards when it's inside the circle. I mean, excuse me, inside the 25. just outside sidelines, Staples ball.
Darien on the far sideline here. And that ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be Staples' possession. Skips past Fair, and then she takes it away from Garcia.
Okay, they'll just pass outside.
An opportunity here for the Wreckers, but it's cleared away by Darien. Staples right on the doorstep as the Wreckers continue to attack now. We're reaching the midway point of the second half, nearly 15 minutes in. Hellman guarded by Fair. And here's Mahoney down the near sideline.
Grace Cooper doing good pressure on her. Ball goes over the end line, so it's a 16-yard hit coming out.
Timeout, Staples. Timeout, Staples.
So we've got another timeout on the field. This time it's Staples. Head coach Ian Tapsell wants to talk things over with his team. As you can see, the Darien bench fired up, renewed energy here with about 14:46 remaining in the second half. We are tied at 1. We will take a quick break. We'll be back on the DAF Media Network. We are back live here on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Clara Ambrose. We were joined by Kari Johns in the first half. Tied at 1 with about 14:46 remaining in this one. It'll be Staples' possession here in the Darien end of the field. And play has resumed. Want to thank you for watching the DAF Media Network. We've had a number of live views tonight. We appreciate you tuning in for what is a big matchup between two perennial powers in Connecticut field hockey circles. Again, want to thank Brian McMahon High School and Athletic Director Joe Manaferi for his hospitality and allowing us to set up here in a terrific press box at Casa Grande Field. We are under the lights on a cold night, and I know Clara Ambrose is glad to be inside. It is chilly out there. Still a number of fans in the stands. as you would expect for a game of this magnitude between these two rivals. And that ball rolls across the end line, wide of the far post.
Yeah, so that'll be a long hit coming in for Darien. It is very cold. I have my ski jacket on here.
And now this ball has to be touched, right, inside the circle, Clara?
Yes.
And it just scoots by. Olivia Stein. Here comes Staples.
Stolen back by Bridget. That was Jess Leon with the ball.
Mahoney the takeaway. Staples gets it back. Little ping pong here between these two. Tala Garcia.
A 16-yard hit coming out. Wanted to bring that all the way up to the 16 so she gets full distance.
Okay, so you probably had a year with the new plan.
It's still early yet, Clara Ambrose. A lot of time left on the clock, but you get the feeling we might be playing some extra field hockey tonight.
I think both teams are always, you know, trying to prepare for that. You know, if it's a tie and they need to go into OT, those 7v7s are really tough. Full field.
So if it is tied at the end of regulation, they would play an overtime period. If it is still tied, they would play a second overtime. And then if it's tied after that, they would go to penalty strokes, correct?
Yes. Sorry, just cleared out by Erica Fanning there and the Darien ball. Yes, so after the 2 sudden-death overtimes, and they would go into shootout, 5 players from each team. In club field hockey in the U.S. and outside of, you know, Scholastic, they actually do 1v1s with the goalkeeper.
Yep.
And not strokes.
Quick shout out to our DAF media production crew while we have the chance. Trey Cahill is our director. Ryan Clow is doing our instant replay in the second half. He was on camera 1 in the first half. Up on camera 1 is Michael DeMeglio, and our ISO camera is Ryan Smith and Owen Sheed. Thanks to all of them. All student volunteers do a terrific job for the DAF Media Network, and we're so happy they're with us. Sorry, Clara.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the play.
Here comes Staples across midfield, and it's taken away by Darien. Schwartzman fighting for the ball on the far side of the field. Elders centers it in front, and it's cleared away by Fair. Ball rolls out of bounds. Ellie Fair, the senior, coming up big in a big spot as Darien continuing to apply pressure here. And this is going to be a Blue Wave penalty corner. Lily Kulas will be the inserter, number 14, the senior. There's Elders, the shot, and this will go back to Staples.
Yeah, right into, she was looking to flick it and it went right into the Staples player, so that's why it's coming out.
Taken away by Elders. Hellman back to Elders. And Fair. 1-1, Darien Staples. This is about what everybody expected. A great competitive game between two quality teams from quality programs. Under 10 minutes now remaining in the game. Damian Andrew, Clara Ambrose joining you. Thanks for joining us on the DAF Media Network.
Staples ball, you just see the Darien players just very close.
There's fair. These two teams last met on November 1st in the FCIAC Championship right here at Casa Grande. Darien came away with a 2-1 win.
Great crossing ball there by Izzy Debney. Just catches the Staples foot, so it's Darien ball coming out. They're going to try to take this quick to break the press.
Wreckers pressuring, taken away. Nice effort there by Ella Bloomingdale, the junior.
Sometimes you'll see in these calls that the ref will let them continue play if they had advantage. But if they're way off the area where the foul occurred, then they'll have to bring the ball back.
That ball rolls out of bounds. Go to Darien. Under 7 minutes now remaining in the game. Tied at 1. Staples with a first half goal, Kyle Kirby, and Darien with a second half goal, Katie Elders, on a pretty pass from Molly Hellman. Goes back to Darien.
You see both teams doing some double teaming here.
Here's Staples in front. A shot, and it's cleared by the Darien defense. As Akula, the goalie, was out of position, nearly a goal there on near the far post.
That was just a nice effort by Ella Bloomingdale there. Working really hard to get that ball into the circle. Okay, Darien ball coming out.
Kyle Kirby was right on the doorstep.
Timeout on the
We've got a timeout on the field, and we will take a quick break here on the DAF Media Network. We are back here on the DAF Media Network, tied at 1. Darien Staples State Semifinals Class L Field Hockey Tournament, 5:19 remaining in the game. We're going to take a look first now at the Staples goal in the first half. Kyle Kirby. Let's take another look at it.
Yeah, I got it.
You'll see her, number 2, on the rebound. The backhanded shot, that was a very pretty play in the first half by Kirby. on the backhanded shot as we take another look at this again. Keep an eye on number 2 right in front of the cage. And she goes to the backhand side of the stick and puts it in. And we are back to live action here between Staples and Darien. Tied at 1. Exciting stuff, Clara Ambrose.
Yeah, just like the last 2 games as well. It's just very competitive between these 2 teams. Fun to watch.
Field hockey at the high school varsity level, played at a very high level. As you mentioned in the first half, this kind of has the feeling of a state championship matchup.
It certainly does. They all have everything at stake here.
The winner gets Cheshire or Newtown. That game is tied at 1 late, so could be going to overtime in that one. And that rolls out of bounds. We'll go to Darien. Here's Elders.
Lindsay Olsen with the ball. Let's see what she's going to do here. To Tala Garcia. Staples putting some pressure.
And this will go back to Staples. Under 4 minutes remaining in the game. Here's Cutler. Swings it over to Tala Garcia near the 35. It's breezy, as you can hear through our mics, as Staples now on the move. Here's Kirby trying to get to it. She goes down. That's going to stay with Staples. Seconds ticking away here. Big opportunity now for the Wreckers. They'll get the ball, the 20, out to Fair.
There's Maisie Dembski with the ball.
Cutler to Elders. This will come back to about the 30. Here's Cutler. Actually come further back. Lindsay Olsen to Cup to Elders. And that's going to go back to Staples. Staples in the whites, moving from right to left. Darien in the black, moving from left to right.
Big hit there by Ellie Fair, sends it all the way up the field. Darien ball.
Under 2 minutes remaining now in the game. We are still tied at 1, and this certainly has the feel that this one could go into an extra session. Taken away by Mahoney. Here's Mahoney in space. And
stopped by Grace Cooper there.
Yeah, nice effort by Cooper. Junior coming up big in a big spot.
Someone scored with 34 seconds left. Cheshire scored with 34 seconds left. The other team tied it as time expired. That's nuts.
That rolls across the end line. This will go to Staples. Well, we've got a minute left in this one. And you can believe both of these teams will be going all out for the final 60 seconds. Cutler. Under 30 seconds remaining now. Here come the Wreckers. They've got numbers here as they push it upfield. Kirby.
You hear someone doing a countdown
We've still got
early.
more time left, although it is counting down now. And there's going to be a penalty corner here for Staples. The time has expired.
I think we had this in the FCIAC final as well, with time going up.
So no time left on the clock. Set this up, Clara Ambrose, is what we're going to see here. We're going to have one final penalty corner from Staples.
I think you put everybody up. You have nothing to lose, and you just try to keep that ball in the circle and get as many rebounds as you can.
And it'll be Hannah Prapratna, the junior, the inserter here. Tied at 1, no time left on the clock. Crowd's getting into it. Up top, Kirby. Here's Fair. Fair with the shot, and it goes wide of the near post, and we are going into overtime. Tied at 1. It'll be a 5-minute overtime here at Casa Grande Field. We will take a quick break. We will be right back. Tied at 1, 5-minute overtime between Darien and Staples. We'll be right back. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. You're taking a look at the first goal of this game scored by Staples. The backhanded shot, little flick there by Kyle Kirby. That puts Staples up 1-0 in the first half. That's the way it stood at halftime. Then in the second half, Darien scores here on a pretty goal. Molly Hellman finding Katie Elders in front. The nice cross as great camera work by Ryan Smith. And that's Elders puts it in the back of the cage. And that is where we stand right now. We are just about ready to go into overtime. It's a 10-minute overtime, sudden death, so first goal wins. Can't get much more exciting than that. I initially said it was a 5-minute overtime. We are taking a 5-minute break between the end of regulation and the first overtime. If it remains tied after the first overtime, we go into a second 10-minute overtime, Clara Ambrose, and then if it still is tied, then they will decide this on penalty strokes, correct?
Yeah, that's right. They'll each take 5 players after that. Not sudden death, and then after the 5 players, then they go into sudden death strokes.
Sudden death strokes, and very similar to how soccer does it. You're a purist, so I'm sure that's not the best alternative to go to strokes. You'd like to see it decided out on the field. Soccer coaches feel much the same way sometimes when it comes down to strokes or penalty kicks.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's true. We also, I was saying outside of Scholastic area, we now do 1v1s with the goalkeeper, which seems a little bit more fair, but still it's a difficult way to lose when you're going down to just 1v1s or strokes.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more field hockey on the DAF Media Network. So we are just about ready to get started with overtime here at Casa Grande Field. Darien Staples tied at 1. They couldn't figure it out after 60 minutes, so they will play a 10-minute overtime, and it's sudden death, which means the first goal wins. Doesn't get any more dramatic than that. Darien Staples about ready to go here. First overtime. Staples in the white, and they will be moving from right to left. Darien in the black, and they will be moving from left to right. Here we go. Ellie Fair with the ball around the 25-yard line. And swings it to the far side of the field as Staples will set up its offense here. How do things change, Clara, in terms of mindset, in terms of strategy, when it's first goal wins?
Well, you just have to be really smart because there are 4 fewer players on the field. It's still full field, so you have to obviously manage the spacing between players, not get caught with too many players in one space.
It's basically 6-on-6 with the 2 goalies. Here's Staples in front. And a nice save.
And it's a stroke.
And that'll be a stroke.
Did she blow her whistle? I stopped the clock. I don't know.
It's a stroke. So she called time and then a stroke. So what that means probably...
She sent Staples back, so it's no goal.
It's no goal. It's a stroke. I didn't catch it exactly, but I think probably one of the Darien players either committed a foul or touched them for what would have been a sure goal.
So here we go. It'll be Kyle Kirby with a chance to win it in overtime for Staples. She scored on a penalty stroke in the first half of the FCIAC championship game. And here we go. And Staples is going to the state finals in dramatic fashion. The Wreckers win 2-1
Send Staples to the state championship
in
game.
overtime, and that is the final as the Wreckers
Staples 3,
are elated.
Staples 2, Darien 1.
Both teams coming out onto the field, and Staples will try to defend its Class L state championship. Clara, doesn't get more dramatic than that.
No, I mean, just a great, fantastic game between the two teams.
Fans, if you could please stay off
You
the
couldn't
field.
really ask for a better game. I mean, in the last 2 games, they played their hearts out. Same you can say for this game as well.
Give both teams time to go through the
You hate to see
line.
it end here between these 2 teams.
Congratulations,
Would have been great to see them in the finals.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This definitely got the feel of a state championship matchup, and Staples will go on and face the winner of the Newtown-Cheshire game. And from what we understand as of this moment, that game is still going on in overtime as well. I want to give a shout-out to our entire DAF media production crew. Our director did a terrific job tonight. Trey Cahill, Ryan Clow, our camera 1 in the first half, our instant replay in the second half. Michael DeMeglio, yeoman's work tonight out of Mike, our instant replay operator in the first half, our camera 1 operator in the second half, and then, of course, Owen Sheed and Ryan Smith. Great work by our entire DAF media production crew. They do a terrific job. It's all student volunteers, and that will just about do it for us. For Clara Ambrose, I am Damian Andrew. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Once again, Staples beats Darien 2-1 in overtime to advance to the Class L State Championship on Saturday in Weathersfield. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.